Costs in your electric rate plan under a traditional electric utility. When you are offered a choice between several different electric rate plans, how do you choose? The rate plans will have different prices and often different rules. And one or more of the rate plans may include a demand charge, which not all plans include. So, how do you compare rate plans? You break the plans apart, and then you look at the elements in the plan and their costs. And that's what we'll look at here. I'm Maria Maher, and this video is part of my series on electric service and the traditional utility in the United States. The series is meant to guide you through electric service and rate plans offered by a traditional electric utility. An electric rate plan is a package of prices and rules for electric service. A rate plan typically divides electric service into several parts, which I call elements. Most of the elements are assigned prices and rules. This is where the rate plans differ, in one or more of these elements. In this video, I'll describe the elements and the costs that you might see in a typical electric rate plan. By the end of this video, you'll know where to look for the costs in a plan, and you'll be prepared to recognize those costs and compare them across plans. As I cover each element, I'll also mention the electric bill briefly. Different utilities format electric bills in different ways. On some electric bills, it's easy to see how a cost described in the rate plan carries over as a charge on the bill. On other electric bills, a cost described in the rate plan could be split apart and assigned to different areas. If you have a bill like this and want to know more, check your utility's website. The website may show how the bill is divided and how to read the bill. As I go through this information, I won't mention special systems such as rooftop solar systems. Rooftop solar and other special systems require specific equipment and rules, so I'll set them aside. This video is a general overview. Any information that your utility gives you about your service is important. So do look at your utility's materials and website and rely on your own rate plan. Let's go through the typical elements in a rate plan now. I'll begin with the description section of the plan. This section might be called description or applicability or something similar. Basically, who is allowed to sign up for this rate plan? A residential rate plan is described as a plan for residential or domestic service to a single house or apartment. A plan may have technical requirements or it may have restrictions, such as a limit on how much electricity can be consumed per month. In other words, your home may not qualify for all of the plans that your utility offers. The description section is where you'll look to see if your home and your electricity use will fit under the plan. The next element is the charge for service. The charge for service lists a price for an ongoing connection between your home and the utility system. The price is meant to cover some or all of the utility's costs for the meter on your home and the utility's cost to bill you each month. In some cases, the charge also includes other utility costs that do not vary with how much electricity you consume. Utilities have different names for this charge. It might be called the customer charge, the service charge, the meter charge, or some other name. If your plan includes a charge for service, the charge will be included on the bill. The charge must be paid each month even if you do not use any electricity. But there are some rate plans that do not include a charge for service. Under these plans, the utility's costs for your meter and billing are covered by other elements in the plan, and there's no charge for service on the bill. I'll call the charge for service the customer charge. The next element in the rate plan is the energy charge. The energy charge lists prices for the electricity that you consume. The prices are listed per kilowatt hour. Kilowatt hour is shortened to kWh. The meter on your home records your electricity consumption in kilowatt hours. If you're not familiar with how a kilowatt hour relates to your electricity use, please look at my video titled Kilowatt Hours, Kilowatts, and Demand in your electric rate plan and bill. The energy charge may list one price per kilowatt hour, or it may list several prices. The price per kilowatt hour tends to be small, in cents rather than in dollars. If only one price is listed, then all electricity that you consume during the month will be billed at the same price per kilowatt hour. But if more than one price is listed, then there will be a set of rules for when the different prices apply. The prices may be based on how much electricity you have already consumed that month, or the prices may be based on when you consume electricity, such as prices that are based on the time of year or on the time of day. To calculate the cost for the electricity you consumed, each month the utility applies the rules and prices from the rate plan to your electricity consumption. The cost is calculated and added to your bill. The number of kilowatt hours you consumed that month is also noted on the bill. I'll mention here that some utilities use the term energy charge both in the rate plan and on the bill. So you'll want to keep in mind that the energy charge in your rate plan means the price per kilowatt hour and rules, and the energy charge on your bill means your cost for your electricity consumption that month. The energy charge on your bill is often your biggest cost each month. I'll cover the energy charge again in a video on types of rate plans. The next element is the demand charge. Not all rate plans include a demand charge, but some do. A demand charge results in a demand fee that is added to your bill each month. Here's a brief description of what demand is. Your demand is the amount of power that you need from the utility at any given moment. Demand is instantaneous and is measured in kilowatts. Notice this is kilowatt, not kilowatt hour. When you operate an appliance, electricity flows from the utility through the meter on your home and to that appliance. This flow is in kilowatts. The total number of kilowatts flowing to your appliances at any given moment is your demand. If you're not familiar with how kilowatts and demand relate to your appliances and your electricity use, please watch my video Kilowatt Hours, Kilowatts, and Demand, then come back here. If your utility offers a rate plan with a demand charge, then the meter on your home is most likely a digital meter. In addition to recording kilowatt hours for the energy charge, a digital meter can measure and record kilowatts for the demand charge. Each day of the month, your digital meter tracks and records your demand in kilowatts. Now let's look at the demand charge in the rate plan. The demand charge has two main parts that are used to calculate the demand fee: a price per kilowatt, this price is in dollars, and rules for how your demand is measured. The rules also describe how your highest demand during the month is identified. Your highest demand is one number in kilowatts. I'll call your highest demand during the month your maximum demand. Typically, to calculate the demand fee, your maximum demand is multiplied by the price per kilowatt. The result is a demand fee that is added to your bill. The demand fee on your bill can be small or large, depending on how you use electricity during the month. There are more details to the demand charge. I'll cover the demand charge more in a video on types of rate plans. The final elements in a rate plan are riders and adjusters or adjustments. I'll use the word adjustment here. These are either small add-ons to the plan or they modify one of the other elements in the plan. Riders and adjustments vary by utility, and utilities call them by different names. And while they can increase or decrease the costs in a plan, they are not the main costs. A rider can be voluntary, such as a renewable energy rider, where you pay a higher price per kilowatt hour or pay a fee to support the utility's purchase of renewable energy. Other voluntary riders might include a discount for limited income or a discount for medical circumstances. Or a rider can be mandatory, such as a rider to fund an efficiency program, an environmental program, or a community program. Adjustments are charges or credits based on utility costs. Adjustments can vary from month to month. A fuel adjustment is common. This might not catch your attention when you look at your rate plan, but you will probably notice the adjustment on your bill. When the utility's cost for fuel goes up, a fuel adjustment may appear on your bill as a charge. When the utility's cost for fuel goes down, a fuel adjustment may appear on your bill as a credit, which reduces the amount that you owe. I'll include government taxes and fees with riders and adjustments, though taxes and some fees are not set by your utility. Taxes and government fees may be mentioned generally in your rate plan, and you will see them on your bill. Riders, adjustments, taxes, and fees may be combined with other charges on the bill, or they may appear on the bill as separate lines. Riders, adjustments, and fees can be specific to your utility. And that's it. These are the typical elements and costs in a rate plan under a traditional utility. You now have an idea of where to look for the costs in your own rate plan, and you are better prepared to compare different rate plans offered by your traditional utility. The elements I've described here are combined in different ways to create different types of rate plans. So, in an upcoming video, I'll cover 4 common types of rate plans offered by traditional utilities in the United States. I'm Maria Maher, and this video was Costs in Your Electric Rate Plan. Please join me at Maria Maher Utilities on YouTube, where I present utility matters in a way that relates to your life. See you there.